I'm ready, I'm waiting on you.
All right. Well, I'm waiting on Brett. He's talking baseball. All right. We're on?
We are ready.
Streaming?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I would like to reconvene the Board of Commissioners session for April 24th, 2023. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board this year. To my left is fellow Commissioner and Vice President Gary Merrill. Commissioner Lewis has another commitment, so she's not here today. Welcome everyone to the viewing for the consideration of the Jones number 60 watershed drainage improvement petition. There is a sign-in sheet circulating the room. We ask that you please sign the sheet to indicate your attendance. Hopefully everybody's done that. Today's viewing of the proposed improvement area is taking place at the office of the Board of the County Commissioners with the use of video technology. A video will be available to gain an overview of the project limits and specific areas. No testimony, this is very important, no testimony or decisions are made here at the viewing. This is just a way for the board to become familiar with the area. The final hearing on, the first hearing on the petition is scheduled for Monday, June 26, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. At the hearing, we will then hear a report from the engineer's office on the petition. And that is also the time for landowner testimony for or against the petition. When it's time for landowners to point out the drainage concerns in the area, we will work our way through the participants. As a reminder, this is not the time for testimony. And I'll now turn the proceeding over to Brett Bacon or Dan Barr from the Soil and Water Conservation District.
Right. Afternoon, Commissioners. Dan Barr with Delaware Soil and Water. We've got a drone video for you today. It was flown on April 6th, earlier this month. We had about inch and a half of rain on April 5th, the day before. So it kind of shows about 24 hours later. Ideally, there wouldn't be any ponded water if good drainage was in effect, and this is kind of a good visualization of what the current situation is. We'll be starting at the top here on the map that's provided. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Starting at the lot line of parcels 14 and 16, and then working our way downstream. And I'll point out as we go when we're crossing some of the property lines and where we are on the map here. This upcoming tree line would be the border between parcels 16 and 22 on the map.
Dan, I don't think 16 and 22 touch each other, do they?
16 and 20, it'd be kind of the dark black section of soil on the map there. Uh-oh. Oh, we didn't get that one. Okay. Yeah, let's start over here.
Okay.
Yes, there's more.
All right, we'll start over here. Yeah, so 14, 16, I think on the maps that should reflect the numbers on that map there. It'd be right at the top of the dashed yellow and black lines where we're starting at the top.
We going north or south?
We're going south, starting from north to south.
Good.
Working our way downstream.
This is one full day after the
Pretty
heavy
much.
rains ended?
This would be the afternoon after it rained by an inch and a half. Yeah, so here's where we're passing from parcel 16 to parcel 22. we're changing from parcel 22 to 24 at this fence row.
Is that ponding there, is that on 22 or 24?
Yes, that would be on 22. You can kind of tell on the map, there's kind of a darker area there, and that's just from it historically being a wetter area. And then we're basically coming down, there's kind of a lot line between 17 and 24. It kind of has a little appendage that comes down to the south following lot 24, and we kind of come right down that lot line. And now we're crossing on to parcel 5. And you can see we're kind of at the upper limits. It shows on the map, but there's a grassed waterway that extends about 2/3 of the way down this parcel. And further down it as we go, you'll start to see indicators of the subsurface drain, the old clay tile that has started to fail. It's pretty obvious. You can start to see the holes showing up there in the grassed section.
That's what those are, those blowouts.
Those are all blowouts on the old tile.
That's water on either side?
Yep. And then we're at the open channel just upstream of David Road, and then there's David Road itself. And then we just pan up here towards the end here in a few moments to show the rest of the open channel downstream. Any questions? Anything you would like to see again?
No, I don't think so. South of David Road, Dan, it looked like the ditch was pretty open, pretty flowing okay.
About to
so-
say, there's downstream, there doesn't seem to be too much of obstructions anywhere close by.
Now, is that another watershed that we're managing?
That section of channel is not. That section downstream is not on maintenance, if I'm correct.
Okay.
It's all basically farmland.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. It looks like it's mostly farmland.
Yes, I think there's a handful of residential parcels kind of on the fringes of the watershed, but the vast majority of it is agricultural and some woodlands.
Okay. How many acres is the watershed, do you know at this point?
I think the rough estimate last I looked was about 400 to 500. I'd have to go look to see the exact number, but somewhere in that neighborhood.
That's fine. I figured it was pretty sizable. And again, mostly farmland, so. Okay, anything else you wanted to show us, Dan or Brett?
I think that's it.
Okay. Any of the residents want to point anything out? Again, not time for testimony, but if there's something about the watershed you want to point out, sir, come up to the microphone, identify yourself, if you would, please. Because we're recording and streaming everything, so.
Yes, my name's Larry Knieven. I live on Dublin Road right now. And we just purchased land from Laner, who is part of, it cuts like halfway through my property and several other lots that he just sold. And one of them's not even closed on yet. And from the backs of our places towards this existing tile is uphill. And I just can't quite figure out how it's going to help the drainage on my property, because it's uphill from there. They're showing you the low end when they're showing you the pictures, but if you go towards the river, it goes uphill and then down a little bit towards our places. So ours has no place to go. And if they're not going to run any type of a tile to this tile, it does us no good. but we're gonna pay taxes, obviously, on it.
Well, the purpose of the day is just to
Yeah,
see the area.
that's-
Yeah, okay,
you're
but
getting
that's
into
my
the
question
testimony.
is, I don't know how, see, we're way out here on the
Well, there'll be
verge.
a
Yeah.
hearing in.
But, yeah, you're
in
getting into
June. That's when
testimony.
you-
Okay, I don't know the difference.
But I think that's a good conversation to have with soil and water folks who can
Okay,
talk through the engineering specifics of your concerns.
okay, I just,
Yep.
I talked to Richard and he said I should be here, so.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we welcome people being here and pointing out issues with the watershed.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Brett Bacon, Deputy Administrator, Delaware Soil and Water District. Just given that comment, I think it's important to point out that landowners do have up to 21 days following the view, following today, to file an amendment to the petition. So if any landowner wishes to not increase the scope of the project from a watershed standpoint, but increase the scope as far as the area of work, they would have that option to file an amendment.
I'm not sure that was his point. but,
Yeah.
I think his point was be excluded because he didn't think it affected him, but thank you. And again, there's no finality until after the first hearing, and then the actual survey work will determine exactly what
Right,
this is the best guess. Is that an accurate statement?
right.
Okay. So.
Yeah, and there are gonna be ups and downs in the watershed, so they have to diagram the entire watershed, but, so anyway, okay, anything else? Anybody else want to come on up to the microphone, please? And again, state your name for the record and where you live.
Hi, I'm Glenn Harsh. I live at 4926 David Road, and I'm one of the ones that brought this petition to the front. Richard Lehner and Doug Lee also signed on it too. So we just appreciate you considering it. As you can see on the drone video, it's very much needed. We've kept this tile up for 5 generations, and we've tried very hard to do that, but the blowouts just are way ahead of us. And a 24-inch tile, it's very
So your property down where we saw the blowouts?
Yes, we are the owner of the land where the blowouts are. And we fix them every year, but the next year there's more that come to the party, if you will. So, as we've talked before, 100-year-old tile eventually needs to be replaced. So, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Kelly, anything else? Okay. All right, I think that's it. Everybody's had the opportunity. Brett or Dan, anything else you guys want to? Okay. Well, with that, we now stand adjourned.
Thank you.